Hi, hello, good morning, my officers. Welcome to this current topics in new series for UPSC CSE 2022. So yes, in the so-called Unacademy UPSC Articulate YouTube channel, we are having the early morning 6 a.m. live class, wherein we'll be discussing the most important hit list topics of the day, exclusively from the current affairs domain. So this is Nisha Nujumudeen, your educated Unacademy, an expert in Indian economy, current affairs and MCQs. You can just go through my profile, guys. Apart from that, I'm also an assistant professor at Hindustan University. I work as economist, government of India as well. And as far as Unacademy is concerned, I'm one of Unacademy's top plus educator, handling a lot of batch courses with regard to NCRTs, with regard to comprehensive economy courses, MCQs, current affairs and all. Okay. And to be a part of the exclusive, iconic, or let's say the premium paid subscription of Unacademy called as Plus subscription, and to avail all the benefits, you have to use the code Nisha IAS Live. I repeat, Nisha IAS Live. And this is not just for 10% discount. Rather, it will give you 20% discount along with the personal mentoring program, even for the loan amount as well, without interest rate. For all these things, what you got to do is DM me via Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, wherever possible, and I'll help you out in the same as well. Clear? And the Telegram is Nisha Nujumudeen for UPSC. So here we go, my officers. Yes, Devdashni, good morning. Hi, Puval. Yes, Tejas, good morning. How are you all? Perfect. So now, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. only, we are having the so-called series, but taking into consideration the request and demand of students for the early morning 6 a.m. class, we are here with a Saturday special series with another interesting current topics in news for UPSC Prelims 2022. What is that? And the topic of discussion today is from the area IR, that is international relations, the most interesting area out there. Because when you talk about international relations, the next thing that comes to your mind is Pandavas, Kauravas, and Shaunis. Remember? India, Pakistan, China. So that is the way we used to simplify them. Like the next door neighbor story, you got to understand the stories of different countries, their connections, and how they are diplomatically playing the safe politics out there. So that is what IR is all about. So this IR, or let's say international relations, is not just to by heart or study what each country is doing, but rather how well you can be diplomatic in various ties, policies, and relationships with regard to various, regions like Indo-Pacific region, or let's say other perspective. So this is a kind of topic, or let's say subject IR, where it also helps you to improve your cognitive ability, your diplomacy skill, and creative thinking. So here, if you see for the day, we are having interesting topic, and that talks about Indo-German collaboration. So now when India and Germany is collaborating, or when they're trying to shake hands with each other on various perspectives, like how India had have good relations with other countries like US, Australia, Japan, etc. Why not with German as well? So now the question is, such kind of Indo-German collaboration, do you really think it will be a win-win situation for both India and Germany, or it will be the other way around because of the issues of EU, that is European Union, and also the challenges that Germany and India is facing for such kind of active collaborations. So now in this particular session, we'll be going through in detail what is this collaboration all about, and why are we studying this particular topic suddenly in news as one of the hot or the current topics of the day, followed by what is one particular factor which is focusing on the country German for such a sudden collaborations with regard to the governance over there. And now, what is the interference of EU, that is European Union, with regard to this particular collaborations, and the challenges indeed with regard to that. And this is going to benefit both the countries in an extremely beneficial manner, that is India and Germany, or it is the either way around. And in spite of the challenges, what are the way forward, or let's say suggestions that can be adopted to make it more healthier, the relationship or the collaboration between these two countries? Clear? With a balanced conclusion. So this is what we'll be discussing all throughout this particular series. Yes, Yanendra, good morning. And the others? Is it very clear? So this is the topic of discussions. All ready? You should be indeed very much ready. So before going into the topic of discussion in depth, guys, can you see a link that is pinned up in the chat box? In the chat box, you can see a link pinned up by Unacademy UPSC Articulate channel. Okay? That is the link of my Unacademy profile and the free special live class. So now if you click on that, a page like this will appear. One second, let me show you that. Yeah, a page of Unacademy profile will appear where you can follow me via the special classes or the plus classes. Special is called as free class and plus is called as paid classes. Be it free or be it special, one thing is important. Nisha IAS Live. That is the code to be used for you to unlock the free content, and at the same time, if it is for a plus or a paid subscription, to get the maximum benefits out of it. Yes, Yanender, Puval and all, I think it's high time that you have to go for the plus subscription, and 20% discount is given by me along with some scholarship benefits. So grab the opportunity. Clear? I know you're all my free class students only. So make sure that you're utilizing to the maximum. Clear? And now, when the clock strikes 6 a.m., we have this free YouTube series. Take it every day morning. And tomorrow, you have an interesting series out there. So we know that February 1, we saw the release of Union Budget 2022. So it's high time that we are analyzing the Union Budget 2022, not just the highlights, but the analysis of it. A complete breakdown of the budget of 2022 by me, guys. And that too. Is it idea of, let's say, or is it a hope? Is it a hope of growth, or do you think the so-called budget is a short of ideas? So now in a very controversial way, the entire budget without part 1 and part 2 in a quick 360-degree coverage manner, I'll be discussing with you people in multiple dimensions. Clear? And that will happen tomorrow. That is Sunday, guys. So Sunday we don't have 6 a.m. class. Rather, the special marathon series will take place and at 9 a.m. So block your calendars and make sure that at 9 a.m. you are coming for the budget series by me. Clear? And there is another surprise as well. You know what is the surprise? So 6 p.m. you are having the UPSC level MCQs for Prelims 2022. So yesterday the session didn't happen, guys. It will start from today. That is February 5th only. You can just see. It will start from today. And even tomorrow, Sunday also will be having. So to be a part of this UPSC level MCQs for Prelims 2022, to test what you have studied, very simple. Download the app, click the special class link and watch it for free using the code Nisha IAS Live. Clear? All the tricky and brainstorming questions you can take out there. Another surprise for the day is very simple, guys. Did you see this? Prelims Carnival Current Affairs MCQs for the month of Jan 2022. A lot of people were asking me, ma'am, when are we going to have this Carnival series? Instead of going through the entire current affairs of the month again and again, a solid 120 topics in the form of crystal clear brainstorm MCQs will be discussed with you with a 360-degree coverage in 5 different sessions today from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So today, if you see, from 9 a.m. we are going to have this Carnival series. So block your calendars and make sure that you are coming for the so-called series. 9 to 10, then 10:30 to 11:30, 12 to 1, 1:30 to 2:30, and then you have 1 hour break, not half an hour, and 3:30 to 4:30. Clear? So don't forget to enroll for this sessions, guys. 5 solid classes you will have on this exclusive Carnival weekend series of most important current topics through MCQs for the month of Jan 2022. So there is no need for you to get back your books to go through the entire current affairs or highlights of the month of Jan 2022. Did you understand, all of you? So yes, I hope people are happy to know regarding this update as well. And the links have already been posted in the Telegram and WhatsApp. You can just go through. Yes, is it very clear, all of you? And make sure enrolling for the same as well from 9 a.m. Perfect. So now, it's time for us to begin our day with an amazing motivational quote of the day as a whole. What is that? So this is your Saturday morning, not Monday morning. So this is a Saturday morning reminder that you're powerful beyond measure, that you're capable of pretty much anything you're willing to work for, and that you could change your life today. That's very true, guys. Believe in yourself, because that is something which can never be shaken or taken or broken from you. The more and more you get attached deeper to your soul with your dreams, your ambitions, and your goals, the more the universe, or let's say the faith that you have in your life or your mind, will enable you to achieve it to the fullest. So to become an IAS officer, deep inside or deep down your heart, you should have that drive within you, which will motivate you to keep doing things to attain that goal. Clear? Because only when the roots are that strong or deeper, believe me, you'll be able to attack it in such a manner where your future is going to be a very colorful, or let's say a brighter one, like the rainbow colors. Clear? Perfect. Yes, Rahul, good morning. So already my young officers to study such amazing current topics of the day, you should be indeed. And you can just go through the details towards the end of the class as well. I'll tell you regarding the subscription perspective also. Take care. So now it is like around 35% discount is going on, guys. You can just see all these things. So you can just see. Now, here we go. The reason why I'm studying this particular topic, that is Indo-German collaboration. And the question here is, will it be a win-win situation for these two countries or not? Because that is something to be understood. So now, let's quickly have a look into what exactly this topic of discussion is all about. Okay? And the reason why you study this topic, which is from the subject area international relation, is recently what happened was like the context is the country Germany. Okay. They realized that the world's political and economic center of gravity. Okay, that is to a very large degree they're shifting toward the Indo-Pacific region. So now if you see with regard to Australia, with regard to China, with regard to Japan, all these countries are focusing on the Indo-Pacific region. And now if you see Australia-India relationship or India-Japan relationship, all the India-US relationship, all these are strengthened more, even in the context of Quad. What is that? Quadrilateral framework exercises, where four countries are coming, India, US, Japan, and Australia, because of the Indo-Pacific regions issue as a whole. And now China is having a huge focus on this Indo-Pacific region also. So many countries, guys, if you see, since the entire world's political and economic center of gravity shifting to that, even the country Germany understood that, chalo, it's high time that they are also shifting their focus. And now in the Indo-Pacific region, which is that one country, guys, which is having a lot of importance, or let's say the key player. Of course, the emerging or the developing economy, Hamara Desh hai, it's our country, India, hai na? So now keeping that in mind, yes, LM, good morning. So what did Germany do? Germany is trying to have a strategic partnership and long-standing democratic friend at the hub, guys. That is to have a good relationship with the collaboration with us. So they'll be able to, even be a part of the Indo-Pacific region initiatives and programs. Clear? And thus, I can tell you that after having visited Japan, Australia, Vietnam, Singapore, and other countries in the Indo-Pacific region, I can tell you that the German Navy frigate, Mr. Brain, what did he do? That was recently, the frigate Brain recently landed in Mumbai as well. And now, after having a very close inspection of what is happening, I can tell you that they were all set or ready for the Indo-German relations or collaborations. And that was a remarkable step for the starting of that. And the visit of this particular person called as Brain actually signifies what? It is a pre-planned scenario where they really want to, have a collaboration with India, not because they love India more or they have to, or they have some commitment to India. In simple terms, the factor or the matter called as Indo-Pacific region's importance, and the key player being India, it's very important to have a very strategic and a smart move to have a better ties with India. That is why this Indo-German collaboration is brought in. Clear? And yes, the visit of this person called as Brain, it signifies what? A concrete outcome of the Indo-Pacific policy guidelines that Germany adopted way back in the year 2020. So this is the context why you are studying this particular topic. Did you understand, all of you? Is it clear? Yes? Now, having understood that, let's quickly have a look into the importance of this Indo-Pacific region, guys. That is, if you see both India and Europe, okay, we advocated for what? The trade routes to stay open and to uphold the freedom of what? The navigation. And at the same time, there shouldn't be any sort of conflicts between the countries, especially in the Indo-Pacific region, and rather there should be peaceful dispute resolution on the basis of what? International law. So this is something that is very important. And thus, if you see, having understood that both India and Europe has advocated for the above 3 points what we have discussed here, it's very important to analyze these points in the context of German. Okay, that is, if you see, since more than 20% of Germany's trade, let me tell you that they conducted where? In the Indo-Pacific neighborhood. And now, when this has been conducted, what happens? Both countries, be it India or German, I can tell you that they share a responsibility to maintain and support what? Stability, prosperity, and freedom in the part of the world. So that is another reason why again Indo-German collaboration is having more strength, I can tell you. Yes, Danya, good morning. So thus I can tell you, apart from that, our country India, guys, being a key player in the Indo-Pacific region, we are also a maritime powerhouse and a strong advocate for the free and inclusive trade between all the countries, and therefore we are a primary partner in the Indo-Pacific mission. So having a tie-up or a collaboration or a relation with the country India is adding double the value to whom, guys? To the country Japan. So now more than a country India, it is the need of the country Japan to have such kind of ties. That is what we are trying to understand from this particular collaboration. Don't you think so? This is my point of view, guys. And of course, yes, that is the hidden agenda or the reality out there. Collaboration of different countries is good. But then, for whom it is a more necessity or a need? For India, if it is a need, for Germany, it is a necessity. Because they want to make use of the opportunity out there. You got the point. So that is something to be understood in a nice manner. And now, do you really think, guys, this kind of Indo-German collaboration can really benefit us to a greater extent? Come on. The decision is ours. We got to really, use our brains for such kind of, question, because the particular session also deals with what? It also deals with, will it be a win-win situation? The association or the collaboration between India and German, or let's say it will not be. So you got to find an answer for that. Yes, LM is saying yes, it will be. Yes, definitely. It is a necessity for German, need for India. That's it. I will never say necessity for India, but need for India. Simple as that. That's the difference of that. Hannah. So that is the way you have to jot it out. Now let's quickly have a look into what are the ties or relationship between Indo-German. This is not a new thing. See, please understand that India and Germany is not tying up with each other for the very first time. No, we also had relationships of collaboration previously. So let me quickly take you through a background understanding of the ties between India and Germany, and also currently why this kind of collaboration in the context of Indo-Pacific region is even more important. Did you understand? Here we go. Now, Indo-German ties. So thus, if you see the bilateral relations between these two countries, India and Germany, they are almost founded on very common or basic democratic principles. And I can tell you that, guys, out of the other countries, the upper hand that a country India have with regard to the association or the collaboration with Germany is, our country India was among the first countries to establish some sort of diplomatic ties with the Federal Republic of Germany after Second World War. So now German is once again back to the collaboration with the country India in the context of Indo-Pacific region. And we are not people who are new in relationship with these two, with regard to German. Relationship in the context of, the political or the economic ties I'm talking, not the other relationship. Okay? People will think, what is ma'am talking? Not the other relationship. Morning. And now, so now this is not something that is new for us. So we already established the ties with this Germany, guys, after the Second World War. And the other important point is that we were among the first countries to do so. And thus I can tell you that out of the Indo-German ties or relationships or collaborations, Germany cooperates with the country India to the tune of 1.3 billion euros, guys, a year, and all the developmental projects, which is very, very important. And I can tell you that out of that, 90% of which serves the purpose of fighting climate change. So climate change being a very, very sensitive or a burning issue is very important. And yes, out of that 1.3 billion euros in a year which Germany is cooperating with our country India for all the development project, the biggest global issue or change with regard to the environment, with regard to climate change, saving natural resources, as well as promoting clean and green energy, they are utilizing that amount. So that is adding double the value of benefit, I can tell you. Don't you think so? Yes, it is. Yes, Adlan, good morning. Slowly, people are waking up from their bedside below. 6 a.m. class, slowly they're coming. Tomorrow when the clock strikes 6 a.m., maximum 6:15, till then I'll wait for you all. Quickly run and come for the class. Okay. So thus, another important point to be noted with regard to the Indo-German ties is Germany has also been supporting a country, India, guys. With regard to what? With regard to the so-called renewable source of energy. Because if you see today, renewable source of energy is even more important. Don't you think so? Yes, it is. And now, if you see in Maharashtra, we have a huge solar plant. So for the construction of that, with the capacity of 125 megawatt, which generates annual carbon dioxide savings of, let's say, 1,55,000 tons. That is for that so-called support is being provided by whom? Germany. So Germany is also helping a country India in this context. Clear? Now, moving into the most important topic of discussion, or let's say the most important point. Why suddenly again Indo-German collaboration in the context of Indo-Pacific region has brought up. How did that come? I told you Brain has visited India and that's how it turned up in Mumbai, right? But then if you see, when the new chancellor of Germany, okay, when the new chancellor got appointed in the year December 2021, that is like 2 months back, India and Germany, that time they agreed that as major democracies, both these countries and strategic partners, they will step up their cooperation to tackle all the common challenges with regard to the so-called environmental or let's say climate challenge on the top of the agenda. So that is how the collaboration became even more stronger, even more, viable as well. Clear? And that's how this Indo-German collaboration you're studying today. And in the context of Indo-Pacific region development and ties also, that is also another reason why this has been brought out. Now, I told you about the new Chancellor of Germany who got appointed in December 2021. Why do you think, guys, the new Chancellor who got appointed or the tenure of Angela Merkel is so important? That is, when the new Chancellor of Germany got appointed, again, they wanted to have a very good diplomatic ties with the country India. No doubt in that. You saw that in the second point. Hannah. But now, before that, though we had a strategic relationship with Germany after the Second World War also, for some point of time, there was some sort of clash or let's say some sort of, break out there. So why? Why is that a reason? What was the reason why India and Germany never had any sort of active ties? So now it's very important for you to have a quick background understanding of few important, areas pertaining to this particular discussion as well, to have a very good knowledge of what exactly this topic is. Just by studying Indo-German relationship will never do the, needful. A complete understanding of them in a 360-degree coverage will do the needful. Hannah, here we go. So now if you talk about Germany, the tenure of Angela Merkel is very important. That is, I can tell you that an era or a period of German politics ended when Angela Merkel handed over the chancellery to another person called as Olaf Scholz. And I can tell you that that is the time, or let's say in December 2021, when the new chancellor was appointed, guys, that was opening a new chapter for Europe's biggest democracy, that is Germany, no doubt in that. And this Angela Merkel, she was the very first women chancellor from the Conservative Party of Germany. And for around 16 years, more than a decade, guys, she has been a chancellor. She has been serving as chancellor of Germany, approximately from 2005 to 2021. And she had a middle of the road approach, I can tell you, and that won her the support at the domestic and the European levels. Clear? And if you see this particular woman, she also formed a government with the Social Democrats, and that was called as Grand Coalition. And if you see Germany, a strong export-based economy it is. Let me tell you that. Having feather to the hat of Germany, Germany under the leadership of Angela Merkel outperformed the countries like France, UK, Spain, and Italy in Europe. And they posted robust exports behind only China and the US, I can tell you. And even if you see the Kurzarbeit during her tenure, the innovative Kurzarbeit short-time work scheme, that also saved thousands of jobs and prevented layoffs. So this is something to be understood, guys. So during her tenure, it was quite important, and that is something which was to be noted. So people will think that when the new Chancellor of Germany was appointed, okay, there has been some sort of changes. No. Before that, when Angela Merkel was a chancellor for 15 years, so many changes have been brought into the country of Germany, no doubt in that. That's why it is said that the tenure of this particular woman is very, very important. Because so many changes, so many positive stuff have happened, which has actually enabled Germany to grow and have very good diplomatic ties with other countries or to stand in equal par among the European countries with others. Clear? And now, the question is with regard to Germany, what is the significance of this so-called transition? I can tell you that for the very first time in 16 years, Germany has a government without the Christian Democratic Union, guys. There's so many negotiations. If you see among the Social Democratic Party, the Free Democratic Party, the yellow and red parties, the colors, and also the greens. And that has resulted in the so-called tripartite traffic light. And that was again led by the new chancellor who was appointed in the year 2021 December, Olaf Scholz. And I can tell you that for the first time, the foreign ministry is headed by a woman again, that is Annalena, Baerbock. So this is the impact or the importance or significance of what this transition. And now, you may think, ma'am, why are we studying the background of this country of German like this? The reason why I told you about Angela Merkel, or let's say about, or we're discussing about Olaf, or we're discussing about Angela, there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. For the fact that, why do you think suddenly there should be a look into all these things? when the new chancellor of Germany got appointed, why the entire news was focused, or let's say why is there a immediate attention given to her or given to that particular person? Because of few issues. So thus the next topic of, or let's say heading of discussion is, what are the issues that demanded the immediate attention of the new chancellor? If you see the COVID-19 pandemic, which is spurring up the economy to greater extent, not only a country India, but the entire global economy, I can tell you that the concerns over the pandemic that continues to spiral is one reason. One of the issue I can say that demanded the immediate or the sudden attention of the so-called new chancellor of Germany, and also the risk of looming conflict that they have with the country Russia on the Ukrainian border. That is also another reason to solve it up, and also to maintain the European cohesion because of the continuing wake of Britain's departure from the European Union, and then continuing with the Washington, that is US, and that is an ally, or let's say association that has grown less dependable in recent years. So all these issues has literally demanded an immediate, or let's say a strong attention of the new chancellor of Germany. Clear? And that is how, guys, the challenges came. So now when Indo-German collaboration has been brought into forefront also, do you really think that Indo-German relationship is going to benefit a country India, or only it is going to benefit a country or benefit the country German? We know that from the very first point of discussion, yes, it is exclusively the diplomatic ideas of the country German because of the importance of the Indo-Pacific region, and the world's economic and political politically important countries are moving into it. So does the country German also want to play an equal or important role in that. And India is a key player. That is why they've caught hold of India. Chalo, let's caught hold of India and have a good relationship or collaboration. So automatically things will fall into place. That is what Germany is thinking. You got the point. And that's how this collaboration is coming up. Yes, Deepesh? Good to see you back after almost a week. Yeah, we had some offs, but that's okay. Some offs are always a great off. But we'll come back with a bang, or we'll come back with such kind of Josh and energy. So nothing to worry. Is it clear, all of you? Now, we're going to quickly have a look into the next topic of discussion, that is regarding the challenges. I told you that Indo-German collaborations, and in the so-called collaborations, take care. Will it be a win-win situation or otherwise? Which means that the challenges or the concerns of the so-called collaboration is to be addressed. Hannah. So here we go. The challenges, or let's say the economic cooperation between these two countries, actually a challenge. We talk about collaboration, we talk about association, but then if you have a problem or an issue or a challenge, that is very, very important. And now the economic cooperation itself is a challenge. How? That is the next point of discussion we're going to have here. Okay. If you see, there is a problem of the lack of a separate bilateral investment treaty between whom? Between India and Germany. That itself is the biggest challenge with regard to the economic cooperation between these two countries, guys. If you see the country Germany, okay, they have a bilateral trade and investment agreement called as BTIA with the country India via the European Union. And though they have that also, Germany does not have the competence to negotiate it separately. So it comes under the EU, that is via EU, chalo, they have it. But separately, Germany doesn't have, and they're not even competent enough to, negotiate it separately as well. That's again a very big challenge or issue with regard to what? Economic cooperation. Yes, LM, mixed results maybe. Yeah, that's why they're not able to establish the so-called collaboration effectively, LM. I'll tell you, because we're discussing the challenge. Take care. Because through EU or European Union only, they are having that association. क्या फायदा है? It makes you think, what's the profit that we have? You understand? And thus, if you see, with regard to the next particular economic cooperation, which is a challenge for the collaboration or association of these two countries very strongly, Germany is particularly skeptical about our country India's trade liberalization measures. We advocate free trade policy. We advocate peaceful, conflict resolution measures and all. But then, in spite of that also, Germany is not that confident, or let's say they're kind of skeptical about our country India's trade liberalization measures. And that is busting for more liberal labor regulations as well. That is also one of the biggest economic cooperation challenge that both the countries are facing. Clear? Now, in spite of this, you tell me, why would a country why would Germany still have a collaboration with the country India? Very simple, Indo-Pacific region. And let's quickly have a look into the significance of this in the context of what? India and Germany, guys. Thus, if you see the Indo-Pacific, with the country India as a key player, or let's say as its centerpiece, that is looming larger attention for the country Germany and also the European Union's foreign policy. That is why this kind of collaboration has been brought into forefront. And I can tell you that this Indo-Pacific region is not a small region. It is a home to around how many percentage, guys? 65, more than majority of the population or global population, and 20% of the world's 33 megacities. So now to be an active part of that and to contribute to that is indeed very important for the growth and development of any country. And luckily, a country, India, is a key player, or let's say it's a strategic player out there. That is the biggest benefit that we have. Let me tell you that. Where you can get the international corporations of every other countries, be it Australia, Vietnam, Singapore, US, UK and all. Clear? And of course China, but then over here we should be very careful with regard to China, because we don't encourage China to be a part of the Indo-Pacific because it can harm every other countries there. That is why every other country is joining hands with whom? With India, because we are the key players, but and we can fight against whom? China in a very, very smart and diplomatic way by gathering the global strength of power. Clear? Now, the Indo-Pacific region, which is indeed a very, very important hit list topic, no doubt in that. For the prelims perspective, also multiple questions from this particular area can come, guys. So for the 6 p.m. class, when we do the MCQ series, you would have found out some questions. Today also, I'll be giving you a few questions on the same context, so get ready to see what they are. Clear? And now, apart from all this, if you see, the most important point to be understood with regard to the significance or importance of Indo-Pacific region is, listen, this region also accounts for not only 65% of global population, guys, and 33% of mega world city. It also accounts for 62% of global gross domestic product and 46% of world's merchandise trade. So it's adding more value, or let's say importance to what? More value, importance to that particular region, guys, Indo-Pacific region. And if you see the carbon emissions, they are also the source of more than half of all the global carbon emissions. Now, global carbon emissions, you can connect them with what? The next important current affairs of the day. What is that? Net zero carbon emissions. I repeat, net zero carbon emissions, which is discussed at Glasgow Environmental Summit, and our country, India, is supposed to achieve it by the year 2070. Why? Because if you see today, globally, we are the third largest emitters of carbon dioxide, guys, and one of the biggest emitters for greenhouse gas emissions as well. First is US, then we have China. Sorry, first is China, then we have US, and then we have India. So now, for us, our target is 2017 to be a net zero carbon emission country, whereas China tells 2060 and US tells 2050. But we have taken a little more, to 20 more years extra we have taken. So anyways, as far as the, Indo-German collaboration relationship is concerned in the context of Indo-Pacific region, let me tell you that they're also the source, the Indo-Pacific region, for more than half of all the carbon emissions, guys. And that is making this particular Indo-Pacific region, or let's say it makes the region's countries key partners in fighting or tackling what? Global challenges such as climate change and also sustainable energy production and consumption. So this is something to be understood, guys. So having understood all these things only, countries are coming in tie-up with regard to the Indo-Pacific perspective. Did you understand? Now, let's quickly have a look into what is the role of the country Germany in the context of Indo-Pacific. So if you see Germany and Indo-Pacific, take care. Having understood all this, let me tell you one thing. Germany is always determined for what? For contributing to buttressing the rules-based international orders, guys. Now, if you see within the so-called principles or guidelines put forward within the German Indo-Pacific perspective, a country India is mentioned for what? For the increment or enhancement of engagement and fulfillment of objectives. Here also Germany is using a country India, let's say 80% of dependence is on our country India for achieving all those objectives with regard to Indo-Pacific perspective. So thus our country India, it's high time that we should be an important node while discussing issues relating to international security with this particular country as well. And that's why I told you previously also, India is a maritime powerhouse and a strong advocate for free and inclusive trade. And also a primary partner for whom, guys? Germany via EU on the so-called mission. So it's very important for Germany to have a tie with the country India with regard to the Indo-Pacific region perspective or benefits. Did you understand? Yes, attitude. Good morning. So this is the reason why Germany is stressing out for this Indo-Pacific collaboration or partnership to a greater extent. See, it shouldn't be like one country is benefiting highest and the other country is just kind of supporting. No. And here, India is a developing economy, guys. So we need more of attention compared to another countries. See, everybody will be selfish in that context as well. But here, if you see out of all the points discussed, India is not getting any sort of, let's say, over the average support from Germany with regard to such kind of recent collaboration in the context of Indo-Pacific region. Whatever points we are seeing, we can see it is benefiting Germany only. But at the same time, there are so many challenges. Economic challenge itself is, or cooperation itself is a big challenge. That also we discussed, because they are unable to compete, have a competence with the country India, or to launch it strategically, because all their trade investment agreements or partnership is via the EU, European Union. That is the biggest disadvantage even today. You understand? So having understood all this, the current collaboration in the Indo-Pacific perspective of India and Germany, do you think it will do the needful? That is also another important question to be understood. Is it very clear, all of you? Yes, Dipesh, LM, Dhanya, Deva, Manoj, Ravi, Puval and all. Yes, Jnanendra, and the others in the class. Now, having understood all this, what are we going to do? Talking about the problem doesn't make a sense. So now we got to be very diplomatic, very smart enough, and find a way forward to make the so-called, Indo-German collaboration more effective. It should be a win-win situation for both the countries. You see, in the beginning of the class, I told you we are not discussing the Indo-German collaboration. Okay, this is what the relationship of India and Germany is. Okay, in the context of Indo-Pacific, we are doing this. No, we didn't analyze like that. We are analyzing in a very, very different and beautiful manner, where will this be a win-win situation for both the countries or not? So that particular statement is signifying what? The importance, or let's say the benefit that both the countries will equally get. It shouldn't be a one-man show where one country is benefiting exclusively at the, under the hat of other. No, that cannot be the case. So now, having understood this, what could be the way forward? And also, Indo-Pacific region tie-up is very important for Germany. But Germany is having an issue of what? Economic cooperation. This is the big challenge. And they do not have that separate investment or trade relations with India. Everything is via EU, that is European Union. So that has to change. Don't you think so? Only then they can be so independent enough, guys, to establish a strategic ties or a strategic relation with the country India and fulfill it properly. Otherwise, Germany will be like, will be powerless in the context of what? The European Union interventions, because it's like a middleman. EU is like a middleman where they're not able to directly connect it properly. That is a big issue that they have been facing. Hannah. So now, having understood that, let's quickly have a look into the way forward as well. So now, one of the most important way forward with regard to this particular topic is strengthening Indo-German relation. Yes, Deepesh, they need independent trade. Of course, very true, very true. That's important point to be noted. Yes, Chandra, very true point. That independent trade is one thing now which will make the country itself grow better. But when this middleman and this intermediary comes now, the effect is getting reduced over there. That is a reality. So now, one of the way forward for this particular issue is you have to strengthen the Indo-German relations in a very good context. That is, if you see, Germany is viewing or considering a country India as an important partner. Why? I told you it is a need for India and necessity for Germany to have a ties with India. So it's a necessity for Germany now. So now the reason why Germany is viewing India as an important or a strategic partner is because with India, Germany is thinking that they'll be able to resolve the global issues, including the biggest burning issue, that is climate change, along with food security issues, energy, that is renewable energy progressiveness, and international peace and security. So now, don't you think so? It is very important to strengthen Indo-German relations because it's benefiting Germany. At the same time, it is also important to understand that slowly India can capture Germany and strengthen their ties and take them against China, because that is what India has been doing with regard to UK or US or Japan or Australia, whichever country out there. And thus, in December 2021, we could see the end of Merkel's ruling, and now the new coalition government formed in Germany. It is also offering a very good opportunity for our country India for what? For strengthening or tightening the collaboration or strategic partnership between Germany and India. And yes, now comes the most important point, why you should strengthen Indo-German relations in the context of our country India. Because Germany is very, very keen to implement all the connectivity projects through the European Union. Now you see, this is very important, guys. Why? Because I'm just highlighting for you. Hold on. Why? Because they want to counter China, which means China is not a joke. China is also silently doing all sorts of rubbish, and they're also troubling whom, guys? Germany. So now, for this one reason alone, India should catch hold of whom? Germany. Because the more and more global strength of power that India is gathering to counter China will definitely enable India to be more strong in its objective of defeating them through the Cold War or whatever it is. And at the same time, the China's so-called intention of becoming the superpower, I repeat, the superpower in every sense, can be slowly taken off. You got the point. So this is something that is the brilliant point to be understood. And now I can tell you that yes, Indo-German relationship, though it is a necessity for Germany and need for India in the context of countering China, that too via the European Union. Come on, it has become the need for our country, India. Or let's say it is also a necessity now. In that particular context, from need it has transformed to necessity. You got the point. When you analyze one particular topic, analyze them in different perspectives. Okay, this is a reason. The justifying point is this. If that is a justifying point, okay, this is more valid. So when you kind of substantiate and understand the reasons with more justifications, you will be able to have a clear-cut understanding of why you study that topic, what are the real implications, the real-time analysis and real-time implications. Did you understand, all of you? Yes, LM, to counter the Shaguni China. Very true. That is always there. No doubt in that. X, Y, Z or Ek, Do, Teen, or whatever it is, that is always there. Anyways, did you understand, all of you? And thus this association or correlation between India and Germany is very important, guys, because they see the conclusion of India-European Union BTA, the bilateral trade investment association, guys, as an important aspect, because that will also help what to develop the relation. The only factor is that through EU, whatever connections they have in it is good. But why don't Germany do it independently? That is also one point of question that is to be addressed. Only then economic cooperation, which is a challenge, can be resolved to a greater extent. That is my point of view, what I felt. You understand? And this particular topic is also taken from the Indian Express, guys. I have analyzed this topic from there only because it's a beautiful editorial that was given. This captured my attention. So I thought we need to do this. And by the way, did you see, did anybody go through this Indo-German collaboration news? Normally, when you attend some teachers' current affairs class, I hope they would have discussed this for you, or they left it out for you. Did you all study this topic before or go through the topic before in this perspective, in the similar way, or it's just like, okay, Indo-German had a collaboration in the Pacific region, or just like that? Are you able to understand the hidden agendas and the in-depth understanding of this particular topic from this class? Yes, Deepesh, what is it? Ha, Captain, aap samjhai or samajh na aaye. That would be a kallataram. That's a big kallataram. So Deepesh calls me Captain. Pata nahi kya hai. There are some people who calls me Miss. I told you in Kerala they call Miss A. They call Miss. Now he's called Captain. Some people over here call Guruma. I don't know. Different kind of way they call me. I don't understand why. But anyways, X, Y, Z. As long as you call me, something which is normal, it is fine. Yes, Danya. Just like a readout or just like a shout out. Anyways. Now, the next important way forward is, see, we have discussed that economic cooperation is a challenge. Now, though it is a challenge, we got to make it into a what? Make it into a beneficial one for both these countries' collaboration or ties. Hannah. So now, in the way forward, the next important point to with regard to the Indo-German collaboration is the scope of economic cooperations within these two countries. Now, it's very important that both India and Germany must realize the cooperative goals of IP, that is intellectual property guidelines, and must involve business. It's very important. And the German companies must be encouraged to use the liberalized PLI, that is production linked incentive scheme. Because that is something, guys, which is motivating many entrepreneurs and business and of different sectors to start up. So then they'll be able to establish what? The manufacturing hub in our country, because we want to become the global manufacturing hub. So now, yes, the German companies, they must be encouraged to use the liberalized or the free wala PLI schemes in our country, India. So automatically, they'll be able to establish what? The industrial or the manufacturing hubs in our country, India. At the same time, if you want to strengthen the economic cooperations between these two countries, which is a big challenge which is existing between these two countries, what you can do is, Germany has committed 250 million euro in loans to Africa. Okay, that is in the context of this pandemic, guys, for a vaccine production facility. Now, listen to this very carefully. Connect the Maitri initiative of us, the vaccine initiative of our country, India, and we were supplying vaccines to every other countries. Now, when Germany has committed 250 million euro in loans to Africa for this vaccine production facility, if Germany is going to implement that with India, see, they have done with Africa now. The question is, why can't Germany implement the same with the country India? Because already India is doing great with regard to Maitri initiative, guys, and we have been supplying vaccines to other countries. That is also there. So now, if that has been established with the country, implemented with the country India, such a facility can be established in the undeserved East African region. Now, Very simple, guys. This is the biggest diplomatic, point to be noted. This is not because India want to help Germany so, good-heartedly. We want to put our name there also, and we want to, urge into the African perspective, and wherein we want to showcase ourselves in a highlighted manner, and that is capturing the attention, also adding more value to the international relations or corporations out there for our country, India, especially taking into consideration the COVID-19 pandemic situations and taking advantage of that through the vaccine perspective. That is the reality, guys. But Germany is not going to know that. At the end of the day, when you see on a general perspective, chalo, the collaboration seems to be much better. See, don't tell this kallatram I told you. Huh? Even in the way forward, word by word, sentence by sentence, when you analyze them, you can see multiple perspectives coming up there. And that is adding more beauty or value to it. Let me tell you that. Clear? Anyways. The next important way forward is, as far as Indo-Pacific region is concerned, that is why India-German collaboration was brought in, right, recently. Now, with regard to the sharing responsibilities in this particular region, what you can do. So now, as much as India and Germany, we are a trading nation, right? And if you see, more than 20% of German trade is conducted in the Indo-Pacific neighborhood. So having a collaboration or tie-up in the Indo-Pacific relations or perspective is also important for India and Germany, I can tell you. And that is why you see here, Germany and India share a responsibility to maintain and support stability, prosperity, and freedom in the part of the world. Just because more than 20% of Germans cut trade, they have been conducted in the neighborhood of Indo-Pacific, and that too, India is also involved in that. Both are trading nations. So in that particular context, really, this association also becomes more stronger. So now it becomes a responsibility. So they have to overcome the limitations, or let's say the challenges that has been there in this so-called collaborations. You understand? And thus, be it India, be it Europe, I can tell you that both India and Europe's key interests are at stake. Why? Because when they're championing a free and open Indo-Pacific, that is also another important point to be understood, and that way forward has to be considered. Now, how can you even strengthen this relationship more, or let's say, what can be done? The next important point is an opportunity to coordinate. So that is something that is very, very important, my young officers. Indeed, something to be understood in the most, liberalized manner. Now, I can tell you that Germany is recognizing, okay, or German recognizes that no global problem they can be solved without India's active involvement. That is very important to understand. So now I told you again, I am repeating that need for India, necessity for German to have such kind of collaboration. Are you understanding the point? It's not a joke that I said. There is a reason for that. Need for India, but necessity for German. Because Germany is recognizing that no global issue can be solved without active involvement of the biggest democracies of the world like India. And if you see in the year 2022, currently, Germany will hold the G7 presidency. And from December 2020 to the end of this year, India will also assume the same role in G20. So in G7, Germany will become the president, will have the presidency, whereas in G20, India will have the same thing. So now, having understood this, don't you think such an opportunity for joint and coordinated action with these two countries to make it more effective? Yes, of course. Be it G7 or G20, they're all political symposium of different countries. G20 is an informal one, G7 is a formal one. That's the whole difference there. Clear? And thus, another way forward, and the reason why this kind of collaboration is important is because both these countries are moving towards sustainable development. So now to make it more effective, I can tell you that no country received more financial support from Germany in tackling climate change than India. This is one reason now why the need for our country, India, to associate with Germany has become a necessity. Because see, environmental issue is the biggest problem that we are facing. In that, climate change is a burning issue. Compared to any other countries, guys, India receives more of funding for tackling the issue of climate change from Germany. Now it is the need of India to catch hold of Germany. Because we are getting the funding of finance. That is what we are lacking with. Don't you think so? Now, in this way forward, we need to understand that it has become the necessity for our country, India, to catch hold of Germany closely. And if you see in the recent conference of Party 26, which was held in Glasgow, even the world leaders agreed upon that India and Germany are putting all these things into practice of tackling the issues of climate change and all. So thus, if India and Germany is again collaborating or working together, even in the context of Indo-Pacific regions initiatives also, I can tell you that these two countries can do great and they can walk on a sustainable or long-term path for the growth of our country, India, because that is going to benefit both India and Germany. So now you see, in this particular context, there is no single doubt that with regard to environment, climate change, or sustainable development, yes, these two countries are 101% perfect and they should collaborate because it is a necessity for both countries. You understand? So this one particular point itself is showing out the reality out there. Clear? Did you understand, all of you? Perfect. Now, though that is the case also, the next important thing is, why is European Union's interest is not at par with India? All these things are true. Right, very good. But then I told you that German is not allowed to have a direct connection. They're not independent enough. It is everything via the EU. But now, though that is the case also, you see EU's interest is not at par with India. Why? That is something to be understood. This is the real politics or the real hidden agenda, I can tell you guys. This is very, very important to be understood. Let's quickly have a look into the vision of German. Okay, in this particular perspective. So why is EU's interest not at par with India? The vision of German. If you see the European Union's Indo-Pacific strategy document, they are mostly in tune with what? The German vision of Indo-Pacific. And if you see Germany being a trading nation, they put more emphasis on trade, economy, human rights, and also engagement with China. Let me tell you, engagement with China. And now, what are they lacking, guys? They are having less attention over the security aspect, which is India and France strong pillars, because we are very, very strong enough in the security perspective. We never even compromise on that. Because if we compromise on that, be it your trade, economy, human rights, sab kuch, nothing will work out for you effectively. But that is the biggest disadvantage of Germany. So now such kind of association with India and all will enable Germany to have a strong security aspect also, I can tell you. Clear? Now, another reason why EU's interest is not in par with India is because of the economic perspective. See, if you see the European Union's Indo-Pacific strategy, now they're mostly driven from an economic perspective. Whereas country India is not this, for our country India is not the same. We are seeking more partnership at the geopolitical and geostrategic level. We're not confined as such. Rather, we are open up. So now that is one of another reason, guys, why the interest of European Union is not in par with India. And now the whole point is Germany comes under the EU. That is again a big issue. You got the point. And the document has implemented on the document is emphasized on what? Implementing and enforcing comprehensive trade agreements with countries like Japan, Republic of Korea, Singapore, etc. But then this EU, they have never done that with the country India. That is also another important point to be noted. That is just because of the fact that the interest of the European Union is not in par with India, because they have two different dimensions or visions out there. So now again, the Indo-German collaboration becomes an issue or a problem, because Germany is not independent completely. They come under the EU's perspective. So due to which they are unable to strengthen the collaboration in spite of the points that is required or the points that is justifying that yes, India, Germany should have an active collaboration even more, for the fact that they are doing great in the context of sustainable development and also to tackle the biggest burning issue of the entire globe, that is climate change. You got the point. So these kind of points have to be kept in mind. So thus, to conclude, I can tell you that India and Germany, we are setting sail for a powerful partnership. Yes, India and Germany is all ready for that. So initially, it is a necessity for Germany and need for India. But then now, in the context of multiple points with regard to climate and environmental perspective, come on, it is a necessity for both the countries. And for our country India, with regard to the financial support, no other country is giving that much of support for our country India compared to Germany. And also the interest of European Union, which is not in par with the country India, not matching with the country India, is a big, big issue. And Germany has to be independent. So now when India and Germany is once again setting a sail for a powerful partnership in calm waters and heavy seas alike, both the countries have to think afresh, let me tell you. Only then, be it India or be it Germany, they'll be able to engage more closely in areas of what? Complementarity. This is a conclusion, a very diplomatic conclusion that I can give you. Having understood the different dimensions of this particular collaboration for India, Indo-German. Now you tell me, do you think, will this so-called collaboration association, having understood the entire background or let's say important points of this particular topic, will it be a win-win situation for both these countries in the context of Indo-Pacific regions or not? That is very important to be understood. Don't you think so? Yes, very, very important. Yes, Deva, what is it? Today's class is completed before 1 hour. See, we can complete before 1 hour also, Deva. See, the whole point is, if the topic is a little long means hard, then we require more time. Otherwise, we can complete it fast also. No issues for that. So anyways, that's all for the day, my young officers. Thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed this session, the early morning 6 a.m. class. If so, don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel and also put your valuable feedbacks in the comment box. So when the clock strikes 6 a.m. till 6:15, I'll wait for you. Okay? Do come and join for this early morning 6 a.m. current topics and news in Unacademy UPSC Articulate YouTube channel, because this is a platform for you to express your viewpoints as well. Very important. So now you tell me, do you think Indo-German collaboration, will it be a win-win situation for both countries or not? It will be a win-win situation only if they are able to have independent trade and they are able to come out of the direct purview of EU. As long as European Union's interest is not in part of India, it becomes difficulty. But they can enforce it, no doubt in that. You got the point. So this becomes a question that is to be addressed. So from multiple perspectives, we have covered this topic in a short span of time. That is the beauty of it. Instead of taking 2 to 3 hours for the same topic and same perspective, koi baat nahi hai. When koi fayda nahi hai, it doesn't make sense at all. Different dimensions, to the point, quick, look into it. That adds more value to which whatever content or topic we are discussing. Hai na? Yes, Deepesh, it's 100 times beneficial for India in multiple perspectives. Obviously, that's a hidden agenda. But you see, the projection given by a country, India, is what? Need for India, but necessity for German. But towards the end, when I taught you the way forward, we understood that just like how it is a necessity for German in the context of Indo-Pacific region strengthening our relationship or ties, it is also a necessity for a country in the context of money or financial help or support, especially in tackling the biggest issue of climate change and also sustainable goals and development. You got the point. That's a big thing, hai na? Because today, for growth and development, which is sustainable growth and development, we need not only the support of economic and social indicators, we also need to incorporate environmental factors. In that particular perspective, chalo, it is 2x or 3x, or as Deepesh said, 100x ka beneficial for a country, India, to have such kind of association. But when you look outwardly, it doesn't appear like that. It appears like, okay, German needs more support than India. You understand? But the reality is like this. Clear? Yes, LM? That's why we always eagerly wait for your class in the morning and evening. Oh, so sweet of you. Definitely, it will be there. I'm sorry that I missed you people for a couple of days because my schedule was so tight. But do not worry. Because we missed out, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 p.m. I'm here with a big bang for you people. Today, 6 p.m. definitely we'll have the UPSC level MCQs, guys. No doubt in that. The regular series, there is no doubt in that. Take care. And now, apart from that, you have solid 5 classes. So you missed 2 classes, but I'm giving you 5 classes extra today, guys. And that is the Prelims Carnival Current Affairs MCQs for the month of Jan 2022. So now it's 7:20 now, 7:25 now, after 1.5 hours. Okay? Go have your breakfast, tea, coffee, whatever you want. Come back in the Unacademy free special live class on this particular hot topic of the day out there. Because you got a poll. This is like you will be polling, you'll get your score. It's an all India mock test series for you with a 360-degree coverage. Instead of going through the topics, you'll be able to, understand them in the way UPSC wants you to study. Because the questions are highly of UPSC level, the tricks, the tips, and all the traps are taught to you. And the most important highlight is, along with the 360-degree coverage explanations, we have the exclusive what? Kallatram out there. What is it, Kallatram? The exclusive K-Easy technique introduced by me. The method of keyword technique, elimination technique, and comparison technique. Using them in a single line will make it more efficient for you people to crack any tricky or brainstorming questions which UPSC CSE is putting right in front of you. That is the beauty of it. Clear? And also in a short span of time, without you even knowing, more than 50 to 60 topics comes to your brain just like that. So you will never forget it as well. You will get to know what to study, what not to study, and the related areas and the way in which questions can come from that particular topic. That is the benefit, guys. See, it is not studying one topic. What are the chances for the questions to come from that particular area? Or let's say how the questions can be framed. All these things are important. So for a serious aspirant or a learner, this will be quite beneficial. All what you have to do is very simple. All those who are not a part of Unacademy, guys, can you see a link that is pinned up? Click that link, and what you got to do is Unacademy profile will open. Let me show you that. Hold on for a while. Can you see when you click that link, you get this profile. When you get this profile, can you see, you have to follow me over here, and can you see this? Special classes? Is it visible for all of you? Yeah, can you see? Monthly current affairs for prelims 2022, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Gives the timing also. 9 to 10, then half an hour break. 10:30 to 11:30, 12 to 1, 1:30 to 2:30, and then I'll give you 1 hour break. Afternoon, go have your lunch and come. 3:30 to 4:30. After that, the regular 6 p.m. series, that is your UPSC level MCQs, will also happen there. And today, those are giving me full and full right answers and who is really on the leaderboard for the entire sessions will definitely get a, the black box of chocolate. As I used to promise you people from me, no doubt in that. He'll come in courier for you without kallatarams. Let me tell you that. Yes? ठीक है? Perfect. And now to be a part of the Plus platform, guys, see, I have been telling you for a long time, there are a lot of batches going on. There are a lot of other things going on. So make sure that you are a part of the Plus program as well. Clear? Because that is very, very important, my young officers. Because that will enable you people to get multiple benefits. Yes, the Deepesh, minimum marks required. You have to come in the leaderboard for all the 5 series. In out of like it should be up in rank 1 to 5 for all the 6 sessions today. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you, there is a resolution to crack your UPSC CSE 2023 as well. There is a new combo week that is going on. You know what is that? Let me tell you. Normally, you have 1 year, 2 year, 3 year subscriptions out there. Now, for 2 years, 18 months plus as well as Iconic, the premium one, which I always recommend the students, you will get it just for 76,000 rupees. Plus, if you are using Nisha IAS Live, it is not 10%, where you will get only 8,000 rupees or let's say 10,000 rupees off. You will get around another 23,000 rupees discount because my code will give you 20% discount. For that, you have to call me. I mean, you have to connect with me. You have to inform me, ma'am, I want to take it via your code. So I will connect your call to the concerned team of Unacademy. They will help you out in that. Clear? Only genuine candidates who are looking forward for such kind of things do come in, because this will also put you in the personal mentoring program. Please share this information to your friends as well. Those are really looking forward to subscriptions. Clear? And to be a part of all this amazing, UPSC CSE batches to make your preparations more simplified and let's say more, logical. And go for Iconic or Premium because you are getting a personal coach, one-to-one live mentorship. Apart from that, if it is my code, means I am also there for you. And daily question answer, mains question answer practice and MCQ practice will be there for you. Study planner will be given to you. And there is something called as open house with educators. You will be able to have an open house discussion with educators like us. Have you seen a feature called as raise a hand feature in the special classes? Only Iconic people can talk to us. So now when you message, that is different. When you talk, it makes a lot of sense. That feature is also enabled for you people. Clear? So try to grab those opportunities and use it to the fullest. And now do not worry, you cannot pay 1 lakh or 1,28,000 for 3 years and all. It is okay. Compared to any other academy, guys, for 3 years and all, we charge only 1,58,000. Out of that, if you use my referral code, you're paying only like 1 lakh here. Because I'm giving extra scholarships to people. And now what you can do is go for loan without interest, 0% interest rate and no processing fee. It's just that you have to give your details and all the stuff. It will be given to the team and the loan team will call you if your CIBIL score is good. If your parents' CIBIL score, if your CIBIL score is good, immediately it will be processed. There also you can use the code Nisha IAS Live. Clear? No doubt in that. So go ahead, guys. Nothing should stop you from chasing your dream of becoming a civil service officer. Your name should come out here. It should stand out in the Unacademy UPSC toppers for the year 2022 and 2023 as well. If these people, being Iconic Plus or paid subscribers, if they can do it, why can't you people? So you see around how many people? More than 171 plus students from Unacademy has cracked it. So if that is the case, because even these people, they are not studying only in Unacademy. They have studied in various academies and then finally they've come here because India's top educators were all put up here today because we're able to reach to the nook and corner of the students across India with the so-called technological advancements and facilities, with the very reliable fee structure, with the better quality. Quality cannot be compromised at all in Unacademy. You tell me that? No. So grab the opportunity. Why we teachers keep telling you this every day? Every day we keep telling you because good things, it doesn't come always. And even optionals. If you go to an offline academy, you can take one. Let's say you took only economics or you took only PSIR. Paid 50,000. Okay, they're giving a discount of 30,000 to you or even 25,000 to you. Now, in that 1 lakh fees you pay extra 25, 30 for one subject. If you don't want this, pay another 10 or 20,000 for another subject. But in Unacademy, along with the optional course, general studies plus optional combo course, if you don't like one, optional, go to the other without payment as a whole. You got the point. So all the options are also in English because you can see sociology, English, economy, history, etc., etc. Clear? I hope it is crystal clear for all of you. So tell me how many of you wants to get subscription. Let's go ahead with it. Yes, Devadarshini, you asked me something regarding the 6 a.m. Session, right? So what we'll do is just remind me, okay, for the 9 a.m. class, the carnival series is there, na? There I'll pin up the WhatsApp link, the 6 a.m. link for the free class. You can join only for the 6 a.m. students. Clear? Yes, Ellam, me going to school by 9 a.m. Where are you going to teach? Yeah? Oh, you have today, Saturday, you're working? Okay. Is it very clear, all of you? Any doubt, any queries? So I'll see you all soon for this prelims carnival thing. Don't miss it up. Okay. And is the links, did you all receive the links, students? Or let me send it out to you right now. Otherwise, you will not, I'll send you all the links in one, with the post and link in one single message. So you can also keep sharing it across to your friends as well. Just tell them Nisha IA's live code has to be used. Clear? To watch the free classes and also to unlock the free content. Okay. Hello. So that was a great start of the day. The Saturday morning is never, a weak morning, rather a strong morning. And now the most interesting thing is tomorrow is Sunday. We have the marathon, two to 2.5 hour ka marathon, guys. 9 a.m. ka session, exclusive union budget analysis. Don't forget to come for that. Is it clear? The complete breakdown of union budget analysis will be done by me from both the perspectives, clear pros and cons and the highlights and sub kuch like that. So it will be very, very active discussion. Stay tuned for that as well. The links of that will be shared also very soon. Clear? The same YouTube channel budget will go on. So chalo, thank you so much, my officers. Have a great morning and a great day. And I'll see you all sharp at 9 a.m. for the prelims carnival current affairs MCQs for the month of Jan 2022 with a lot of Josh. So till then, stay tuned for more classes. So today we have 6 more classes. Totally, we are having 7 sessions, 7 classes. Okay. So YouTube is done early morning. Now another 5 class from 9 to 4:30. You have 5 solid MCQs. Then the regular 6 to 7 MCQ series. So today we are having a rain of MCQs and rain of sessions. So make it more informative, make it more infotainment. Let me tell you, the information plus entertainment makes it more enthusiastic. Clear? Chalo. Have a great morning once again. See you all for these sessions and also tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the budget as well. And from Monday onwards, 6 a.m. we will again have the same current topics in news. So once again, a short reminder to you people, don't forget to like this video. Put your feedbacks in the comment box once the streaming is over. Bye-bye. Thank you. Take care and Jai Hind.